Jrue Holiday obviously got traded to the Blazers, and then obviously there was reports he's going to get traded immediately as well too. I was thinking it was either going to be Miami, the Clippers, or the Boston Celtics. Obviously, Boston had a lot of assets as well too, and he ended up on the Boston Celtics. So Celtics gave up
them too,
right?
I feel like they had all these picks forever, and they just every time somebody was up, they're like, nah, we're just gonna keep all these picks. So.
Exactly. So they gave up Malcolm Brogdon, they gave up Robert Williams, and they gave up 2 first-round draft picks as well too. What are your thoughts on Jrue Holiday to the Celtics?
I think it's great. I mean, especially for losing Robert Williams is really tough for them, but he honestly has been very injury prone the last couple of years. So they've had to play a lot without him. And even when he has played, most of the time they've had him on a minutes restriction because he's coming back from an injury or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be tough, but I feel like it's something they've kind of already been without. And then Malcolm Brogdon disappeared last year in the playoffs. Whether it was injury or whatever, I don't think that they're not going to miss something that they didn't really have. And also, clearly he still has some type of injury because that's why I can't remember what trade it was.
Trade to the Clippers.
Exactly, yeah. So I think the Celtics improved because you already had traded away Marcus Smart. So now you're bringing in another defensive guard to replace him, who I feel like everybody feels like Jrue Holiday is a better defender than Marcus Smart.
Hell yeah.
And then Derek White had become their best perimeter defender at the end of the year. So now you have 2 top-tier perimeter defenders. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are good at defense. And you still have 3,900-year-old Al Horford down there holding down the fort. So, and they got Porzingis. I forgot about that. Yeah, so I think for them this was a great trade. They didn't really lose a whole lot, and they gained a lot. And really, for me, the last thing is the ball handler aspect. Mm-hmm. Like, Marcus Smart was a makeshift point guard. Jrue is really a point guard, and he'll lighten that load where we see so many turnovers out of Brown and Tatum.
Yeah, I was literally about to say as well, too. They finally get the quintessential point guard they were kind of looking for as well, too, because injury history with Malcolm Brown, like you said, and then also Marcus Smart as well, too. Offensively, they got firepower, man. I don't really see any weaknesses. And I'm trying to figure out what their starting lineup is going to be in my head right now. I think they're just going to try to go big to start off. So I think Al Horford is going to be in the front court with Porzingis, and they're going to have Tatum at the 3, Brown at the 2, and Jrue at the 1. Yep. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what it's going to be. Probably Al at the – honestly, I don't know how they're going to do 4 and 5. I would say Al should be the 4 because he's smaller, but – Porzingis is one of those guys who doesn't like playing center, even though he's a center. So
I wonder how that pick and roll going to be though, with both of them.
Yeah, I mean that's the greatest thing is they have spacing.
Yeah,
their bigs can shoot, and all their wings and guards can shoot. Mm-hmm. So their pick and roll with whoever is going to be pretty dangerous because you can't really help off of anybody.
That's going to be crazy. I think they're actually going to end up being the number 1 seed. In the East. Second time around with Joe. Looked at his NBA media day. It looks like he's locked in and he's really keying in on defense this year as opposed to offense. So I'm kind of looking forward to that as well too, because that's one thing they kind of lost their defensive identity once Ime Udoka left.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that as well too.
Did he get another job?
He's on Houston,
Rockets? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm curious to see their bench though. I know in the playoffs it gets cut down to 7-8 players, but I wonder how their bench is going to. Derek White, Luke Cornett.
Damn, actually, I don't know any of their
Pritchard,
because
the rookie that they got.
Williams, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pritchard don't play in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, apparently for media day, he's going to – Brad Stevens, I don't think it's up to him. Brad Stevens said he wanted him to stay because he wants him to have a bigger role. We'll see. So it looks like Derek White, Pritchard, Luke Cornett, the rookie that they have, but they don't normally play rookies too much like that. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to see how things kind of pan out for them as well too. So this should be the Eastern Conference Finals preview, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at that is going to be something. I feel like the Celtics have been pretty deep the past couple of years, and I'm looking at their reserves. Derek White, yes, is going to be great, but Peyton Pritchard, I guess maybe they're saying he's improved. We'll see. And then it's Luke Cornett, O'Shea Brissett, and Sam Hauser. So that is going to be kind of tough.
They're definitely going to stagger.
They have a lot of their whole starting lineup is great though. So
you think they got the best starting five right now on paper? I think it might be between them and the Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks starting five is nice too. It's really nice.
Yeah.
So and honestly, I don't know what. Well, their center's probably not going to be that good. But I was going to say the Warriors.
Ew, Draymond Green out too for like 6 weeks.
Oh, what happened?
High ankle sprain.
Damn.
Yeah, they said this today. They came out with a report from Steve Kerr, and he said that I'm assuming he thinks Klay's like completely washed now defensively as far as perimeter defense goes. They said to start off the year he's going to guard fours. Yeah, so right now the projected starting line, at least going into preseason, CP at the 1, Steph at the 2, Wiggins at the 3, Klay at the 4, and Looney at the 5. And they old too. I mean, Looney's 27, Wiggins like 28.
Yeah, Looney and Wiggins are smooth, but the other ones is old. Steph though,
Steph has gotten better over the years.
Steph is one of those like, I only say LeBron type person only because of just the longevity of it. Like, we don't usually see, like LeBron skews it, but at 35, people aren't still in their prime. And like Steph hasn't slowed down at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.